Welcome back. Thanks for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. If you are seeing this and you still have weekend time left, hope you're enjoying your weekend. Summer is officially here in less than a week. So I hope you're having some great weather and enjoying it, getting outside and touching some grass. So I thought this was really interesting. You may have seen this clip already, but inevitably, of course, because of how big she is and the situation going on with the WNBA and Caitlin Clark, Serena Williams was asked about Caitlin Clark, and I thought there was one part of this that was really interesting. So I'm going to play this and then let's talk about it.
Things that I had to go through now, people will be canceled for saying back then.
So
And
when you
it's
see
crazy.
like a Caitlin Clark, what advice would you have maybe for her?
I just love that she tries to stay grounded, and she says she doesn't. What did she say? She doesn't have a social. She doesn't look at her social, and I get it. I don't either, and I think it's so important to just to continue to do what she's doing, and no matter what other people do, then um, if people are negative, it's because they can't do what you do, basically, and hopefully she'll continue to do what she's doing.
I love that end part. I think Serena very casually nailed it. Um, People are jealous. That's because they can't do what you do. And I think jealousy is the foundation of everything that's going on with Caitlin Clark and the rest of the WNBA and their treatment of her and how they view her. Um, and they don't like it. They don't like her popularity. They don't like that they've been toiling away in this league that has lost money every year, something like $10 million a year every year for 27 years, and no one's really paid attention. And now you have this one player comes in and completely changes everything, starts getting these mega endorsement deals, millions of fans, the ratings for the league skyrocket. She's selling out games everywhere she goes. Teams are playing in bigger arenas just because of her. And whether we whether we like it or not, or want to admit it or not, women, how should I put this? No one tears down successful women like other women. It's not men. Men, when they see more successful men, they aspire to be like them. They want to learn from them because they want to achieve that same success. Women like to tear down other women. You may hate me for saying, but I've talked to enough women about this who have been honest and say, yeah, that is true in general. That is how women act. And so I think Serena really nailed it. I mean, I don't think she was trying to make this huge big statement, but she nailed it. The core of what's going on. And then people get into other stuff. You know, people are trying to bring politics into it and race into it and, you know, sexual orientation into it. And all those, I'm sure, play a little bit of role for and against, and it's all mixed up and crazy. But at the core, I think it's basically just jealousy. I think there's a lot of jealousy in the WNBA because the league has lost money every year for 27 years, its entire existence. I think it's been like 10 million a year. If the NBA wasn't treating the WNBA as a charity, a lot of us, except for the much older folk who were around the beginning, wouldn't even know that there had been a WNBA because it would have failed and folded 20 plus years ago. But here we are. Right now, the league has charter flights, and which, by the way, interesting thing to follow up on that. When I said the WNBA is going to lose 50 million this year, part of that is because of apparently they're spending about 25 million on charter flights. Right? They don't actually have that money. So despite the ratings and all that, they're going to lose a ton of money. So what happens when things continue to go this way and all the new fans that the WNBA apparently says they don't want, right? I'm sure you've seen all that. We've talked about it. What happens when they all go away next year? Do you think all the players in your league are going to say, "Oh no, that's fine. We don't. You can take away the charter flights because you can't afford it, and we'll just go back to flying commercial"? That's not going to happen. So that should be interesting. But yeah, so I thought that was really interesting. And one other thing I wanted to point out, actually I have a couple more things, actually another that has to do with Serena, but I think I'll leave it for another video and just end on something positive if I can find out where this is, because we had that from Serena, who could have just obviously gone with the narrative and said some negative things, but she didn't. She was very supportive of Caitlin Clark, which I think if this gets back to Caitlin Clark, she'll be very appreciative, because I think she needs that. I think you can see in her body language and a lot of stuff she does that she may be blocking it out as best she can and not going on her socials and all that, but this is definitely starting to weigh on her and starting to get her. So I thought this was pretty cool. I think this is it. Yeah, so this is, she is asked about, or she's told or asked about something that Tina Charles said. For those who don't know, Tina Charles is a longtime player in the WNBA, very good player. I mean, she's been playing for, I think, like 13, 14 years, and her career averages are like 18 points and almost 9.5 rebounds a game. She plays for the Mystics. I'm sorry, the Dream. This was last game. The Mystics was before that. So Caitlin Clark was asked about something that Tina Charles said. You could see that made Caitlin Clark's day, or night, or whenever this was, just to hear a compliment from another player in the WNBA, which I haven't heard much either. So I thought that was really cool. And in this response, I think you can see one again. I don't understand the hate towards Caitlin Clark. I guess it goes back to what I just said with the jealousy, because she's never fired back at any of these players who have treated her like absolute crap, right? She's had plenty of opportunities to do it. She's got the mega platform to do it. She'd have a ton of support, but she's never done it. She's been very gracious. She even praised Kennedy Carter after the fact, for those who don't remember that. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there with a couple of positive things with what Serena Williams has said, what Tina Charles has said. So that was really good to see. Hopefully that helps Caitlin Clark deal with all this nonsense. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. One, do you think Serena Williams is going to have to come out and clarify her statement? And do you think this is a good thing for Caitlin Clark? Do you think maybe you'll get some other players that maybe might think it's safe to come out and be supportive of Caitlin Clark? But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you've been enjoying these videos and you get a chance to do so. I'd really appreciate it. And I will talk to you later.